I feel that. I feel that.
for
You
sure.
want to throw up some questions, some KD questions, real quick, Joe?
Yeah, I heard you a KD guy.
Yes, sir. But you know what I'm saying? Keep it cute though, like keep it cute. Like you know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay.
No slander. No KD slander.
Nah. I got you. I'm a KD guy too. I like KD. All right. So KD obviously right now. It's an NBA Finals and a KD sweepstakes. That's what's going on right now in the sports media world. Where do you think is the best situation for Kevin? If you're Kevin Durant, where do you think he should go? Let me ask you this: for his legacy, to better his legacy, where is the best place he should go this offseason?
First, he's the greatest plug-in player that we ever seen.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I
He
feel
can
you.
he can literally go anywhere. I know they said Wemby went to the front office and said that he wanted KD really bad, so that's pretty cool. But I kind of wanted to see him with Ant. Like
Hmm.
as Ant being a fan
Yes.
of him, and that's just like a match made in heaven, if you ask me. They do need some. If they do like do the Minnesota, I think they already shunned off Minnesota. I think it's between San Antonio and
Ooh.
The
Houston.
Rockets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Houston. I think
Mm-hmm.
San Antonio, if they can find a way to keep Chris Paul, man. No. They already got
Uh, De'Aaron Fox.
they already got De'Aaron though.
They got Fox. Yeah.
Yeah, so like if I think San Antonio is a layup.
Mm.
Cause all you gotta do is be that escape player for Wimby and for Fox and just be there to escape.
Hmm.
Man, I think that's a layup for sure for him. I think that's a layup.
So I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna lie. Like I think the best place for his legacy to me, Houston.
Mm.
Mm,
I think Houston. I think when you go to the Spurs, it's gonna be Wemby. They get a lot of the credit probably. You go to the Minnesota Timberwolves, ain't gonna get most of the credit.
and
But if you go to Houston, a young team, and when you watch Houston play, their issue was getting buckets.
for
That was
sure,
their issue.
for
Great
sure.
defensive team. Great defensive team. Got young talent over there. Sengun,
Hmm.
great passer. He can score when he can. You got the twin who's emerging to a star.
Yes.
But they need a scorer. And also, people forget Udoka was the assistant coach with the Nets before he went to Boston. So he
Mm,
kind of know KD, better relationship with KD. And that's why he was able to harass KD when the Celtics played him in the first round and swept
hmm.
them. So he know KD. So I think that'd be a great situation for him. And yeah, man, and he have an opportunity to raise young talent at the same time. So if he were to give Houston a chance to win the championship, that would really help him.
I personally, I think Minnesota. Even though I've seen that he don't want to go to Minnesota, I think
Hmm.
Minnesota is the best overall spot for him. I'm not mad at the Spurs either. I think the Spurs are like number two because you have De'Aaron, because you have Wemby. This is my take on that. I've said this before. I don't know if I've said this to you, Ant, because we'll talk about KD too much. I know when we talk about KD, it's like, all right, be smooth, bro, be smooth. You know what I'm saying? But my take on KD at this point in his career is I wouldn't. If I'm a team that's a first round exit so far, or a team that hasn't made the playoffs, I'm not looking to go add KD because I don't think KD is a needle mover to the point where he can get you to the first round to the NBA Finals if that's the goal. I think if you're a team that was in like, let's say if the Pacers were to lose this series, right,
Mm.
or if OKC were to lose, or if you join Minnesota, or if you join New York, I think those are the best locations for him because they have a solid foundation and they are already winning. You're not asking KD to come into a situation where he's asked to be the number one guy to carry the load offensively. I think
For sure.
throughout the longevity of a season, I think that's a lot to ask for. And I think even in the playoffs at this stage in his career, it's a lot to ask of him. Shout out to Halliburton, who hitting from the outside right now. It's a
Hmm.
lot to ask of him right now to come in and be that number one guy down the stretch of games. That's why with Anthony Edwards, I think it'll work. With Brunson, I think it'll work. With HGA, or maybe even with this Pacer team where you have so many different scoring options, it'll work. In Golden State with Steph Curry, it'll work. But I just don't think if the goal is to win the championship, him going to Houston or going to a situation where it was like, well, we was one and done, and we think KD gonna be the piece to push us over the top. If he does it, to y'all credit, it will be huge for his legacy if he's able to do that. But I think the odds of him being able to do that at this point are not very high. So I think Minnesota and San Antonio will be my top two destinations if I'm him.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
I think another team I notice is like far left, but I feel like it'll work perfectly. I think Denver's to try to pursue him.
Ooh.
I think I think him and Joker would feed families. I think that'll just work out. I think it'll work out because Joker be needing that reliable scorer.
Or shooter to hit it off in three.
Exactly. I think that'll work out, but I don't think that's even in play. But I just think that'll just work. I just think it'll work.
That would be big time too, especially since Denver in that win now mode.
Yeah,
exactly.
And like you said, he's the best plug-in player that we've seen in history. But AJ, I'm not gonna lie, man. The disrespect to KD gotta stop, man.
bro.
I'm sorry. I get it.
You see what I gotta deal with, bro. Like for real. For real, bro.
I don't think that's him at this stage in his career.
But the reason why the Suns aren't good is because they can't stop nobody. They can score, they just can't stop nobody. That's their problem. The last time we seen KD with a team, he almost carried the team. I mean, he lost to the Bucks in Game 7, but Kyrie went down and stuff. But once he went to the Suns, though, the defense was just trash. They had on defense. So I think if you go to Houston, now one thing about Houston, they will have to develop it with having Sengun there, and KD won't have the ball in his hands a ton because Sengun runs that offense, which is good. But if they need somebody to get a bucket, KD he was averaging close to 30 this year. He get buckets still. It's just that he got to go to a squad that can get stops.
Nobody's saying, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, nobody's saying that KD isn't a needle mover at all. Like he's going anywhere he goes, he's going to make the team better. He's not going to make a team worse. But what I'm saying is, if the goal is to win a championship, I'm probably sticking with my young core for this season. I'm not making a move for KD because I don't think he is a needle mover that can get you from the first round to the finals. Fellas, have we ever seen KD deliver a team from the outside of OKC in his younger days, deliver a team from the first round to the finals? We haven't seen it.
We haven't.
We saw him go to Golden State and join the 73-win team and them get to the NBA Finals. We saw him go to Brooklyn. He played with, and I know if this was the year he was going to do it, this was the year. When he had, like you said, Harden and Kyrie and those guys got hurt. I think he was supposed to win that year. It was very unfortunate that guys got hurt and he wasn't able to get the job done. But that really wasn't on him. But since then, we haven't seen him be that guy really to even get out of the first round no matter the situation. Like, he was a shell of himself when he was with Brooklyn, with the Nets against Boston. We saw him get clamped up. We saw him with the Phoenix Suns. They got swept by the Timberwolves. I believe they got out of the first round one year, and then he didn't look the same quite in that series against Denver either. Like, I just don't think I don't think at this point it's a knock on him. I don't think LeBron James is the number one option on the championship team. I think Steph Curry at this stage in his career needs he needed Jimmy Butler to come in and really be like a go-to number two in order to get them over the top. All I'm saying about KD is at this point in his career, he's not a guy that's going to move. He will move the needle for a team that's on the cusp. Minnesota's right there. The Pacers are right there. Some of these teams, the Knicks are right there. But the Rockets, I'm telling you, they're not adding KD and going and winning the championship, y'all. He going to make them better. He might get them to the second round.
Minnesota ain't doing it either.
You said what?
Minnesota ain't doing it either.
If the Minnesota Timberwolves trade Rob Dillingham, Rudy Gobert, because I seen the trade package out there for Rob Dillingham, Rudy Gobert, and what's his name? Dante DiVincenzo, and I think a draft pick or something like that. I think a signing trade from Nick Alexander Walker. And you bring in Kevin Durant to pair with Anthony Edwards, you keep Jaden McDaniels, you keep Naz Reid, and you keep Julius Randle. They not get to the finals?
No, they're giving up too much.
How they giving up too much? They have a better chance. I think they would have a better chance than the Rockets would.
I don't think so, bro.
What?
So look, I see what you're saying. If I'm the Rockets, I'm not making that move because I would have to give up my future to get KD. I won't do that.
Right.
Because I want my future to grow and we got potential. But I mean, I get it, man. You know, Minnesota got to the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. I get it, you know. So we thinking KD get to the finals. They
I
not
mean,
beating OKC with KD.
this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say. First off, they not if he go to the Rockets dang sure ain't beating OKC. We know that. That's a fact. But what I'm but
No,
what I'm
I'm
but what I'm
what?
getting at is if we look at KD's career, where did he perform best? How did he win his championships? Somebody tell me.
I mean, when he went to the
He
best
went
team,
to an
But
established. He went to an
but you're
established
not
team. I'm just saying. It's
you're
no.
not
It's
adding
no.
context to the reasons, the other reasons, the teams why he was going to his shortcomings though.
I did. I said he got hurt with Brooklyn. The situation with Kyrie got hurt and James Harden wasn't 100%. I thought that was his best chance outside of
That
Golden
was the best
State.
chance, yes.
So I
After,
think
Phoenix
that was
gonna
his.
stop nobody.
I think that was his best chance. I do think I agree with y'all on the Phoenix defensive standpoint. They need to be better defensively. I agree with that. But go ahead, Ant. Go ahead.
every team that he had since that second round team, they always started off strong where they was either the first or second seed until he got hurt. You're not adding that. It's just you added like he was just
So can I ask you?
trash.
No, I'm not saying. So can I ask you something though? So given that fact that you just made, wouldn't you then say he's probably best on the team where he's not the guy that's asked to carry the offense?
No, I get what you're saying though, but the way you're making it seem is coming off as disrespect instead of context. It's reasons his body is failing him for sure. Now I get that he's not the number one
Right,
option,
right.
but let's not think. Let's say it's like a skill issue or like a or he's just you know what I'm saying. He ain't got it no more.
See
I'm
what?
saying to be a guy. I started this by saying to be a guy that can carry an offense, deliver a team from the first round to the NBA Finals is a lot of any of these guys
For
from
sure, for
him,
sure.
LeBron, Steph, which is like in his class, the Olympic team, the big three was him, LeBron, and Steph. It's a lot to ask any of those guys at this stage of their career to go to a team in their first or second season and get them from the first round to the NBA Finals. I think it would make them better, no doubt. I'm not saying that KD wouldn't make a team better. Like you said, he's the perfect guy to plug and play. But I'm just saying, if I'm a team that's already on the cusp, I'm more inclined to say, hey, we right there. I don't have to give up a ton of young assets. In the case of Minnesota, their young assets are not Rudy Gobert, and Nikhil Alexander is one of them for sure. But he's gonna go.
Yeah.
He's gonna leave anyway. It's not Dante DiVincenzo, Rob Dillingham. They don't play anyway. Their true young
Man,
assets in their core is Anthony Edwards, Nas Reed, and Jaden McDaniels. So if you're able to keep that core and mess around and keep Julius Randle, yeah, you might have to fill out a few more depth pieces, but you're in the prime position at that point where KD can kind of coast through the regular season. He don't have to go as hard because you got other guys carrying the load. And then when you need him to, Anthony Edwards catching the double teams, catching the attention from the defense, KD can come in and give you a smooth 35, and get you over the hump. That's if I'm an organization, that's what I'm looking at. I can't ask 37-year-old KD to come carry, bro. It's not gonna work. Health reasons and just at this point in his career, I don't think that's him right now.
See, my thing is, I'm gonna tell you right now. Let's say OKC. If KD, by the way, the pace is up about 11 as you at the free throw line. If KD goes to Houston, they could be anybody's half for prior OKC.
I don't think so, bro.
Because
I
look,
don't think so.
because look,
bruh.
you're saying he has to carry. I don't think he has to carry.
He's
Him
also,
being there release pressure of every. First of all, Twin gonna get better.
okay.
He gonna get better. He gonna take a leap next
for
year.
sure, for
He gonna
sure.
take a leap. You know, I gotta see
Instagram.
who they gotta give up. I gotta see who they gotta give up for that though. Sengun is gonna get better. They might give up Jalen Green. Go get good riddance. Get out of here. We don't want you anyway. So if KD,
Facts.
dang, bro, like the paces are on
Indiana's
fire.
starting to run away a little bit.
Bro, OKC playing like the decision making is terrible right now.
Yeah.
Look at these
SGA got
shots.
too many turnovers.
Yeah.
He got too many turnovers. Oh, it's timeout. Okay, cool. Let me check the
Yep.
stats real quick. I want to know how many threes they hit. Every time I look up, they hit a three. So okay, so where do you think he's going to go?
I just seen. I think the Suns just declined a package from
from Minnesota.
the Spurs or the Spurs. I think as well.
Oh, I
So I
didn't see
don't know.
that.
I don't.
I, here's the thing though, and look, OKC said they said that not OKC, dang. Minnesota said, yeah, KD gave us his preferred destination, but we're going to trade him to the best package.
Right.
And so
Mhm.
far, they said Minnesota is
They've been
showing
the
the
most
best
impressive.
hand so far. Minnesota giving them the best package. So if Minnesota is willing to pull the trigger without KD wanting to be there, they're going to send them to Minnesota.
But he don't want to.
Who's
I
who did
seen something
Minnesota
that
give
said
up?
Uh,
it was Rob Dillingham. It was Rob Dillingham. It was Dante DiVincenzo, Rudy Gobert, and I think a signing trade when they kill Alexander Walker. Something like that. Something
woo!
along them lines.
Dang, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
because he a free
But a
agent.
lot of right, Nikhil already gonna leave, so we know Nikhil already up out of there no
Go
matter
to
what.
OKC to kill.
What was that?
That's
I told you
crazy.
about
Oh
OKC.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Go with your cousin.
Hey, but that would be crazy. But Nikhil already is getting ready to leave, so we know that's a thing. They need to get rid of Rudy anyway.
For
Like
sure.
that's been a
For
thing.
sure.
Like they need to get Rudy anyway. Get rid of Rudy anyway. Dante, it would kind of suck giving up Dante, but you getting a bucket getter back in KD. And I forget what was the Rob Dillingham. You already don't play him.
But this year too, Rob, though.
I get
He
that,
learned
but
a lot, bro.
that's the
Like,
toughest one. That's the toughest one to give up out of the whole package, in my
y'all
opinion.
gotta keep Rob. Because y'all got an old Mike Conley
He
who
was a
can't make a
lottery
shot.
pick too.
That's true.
He was a
That's
lottery
true.
Bro,
pick
But
too,
see,
man. Like, what the world y'all doing?
Mike Conley can't make a shot for them. He can't. Bro, I was watching the playoffs. Mike Conley didn't produce anything positive for them.
yeah, yeah.
Give Rob the minutes.
I agree. I think they should have been playing Rob throughout the season.
For sure.
I've been on that. Like they need to give Rob minutes, but it's like since you didn't give him minutes, and now you're in position now to potentially get KD. If KD wants to come to Minnesota, if I gotta give up Rob to get KD for the next 2 years, and I feel like I got a shot to win the championship, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
I mean,
Yeah.
my thing is this, man. Do you want long like teams like teams like the Rockets, Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trading for KD, bro. Spurs. I get you, women. You want KD? Y'all young stars. Let's build. Like,
But
but look,
Minnesota would keep their young guys though. They keep Nas, Jaden, and Ant. That's their core.
man, forget Nas. Man, you get rid of Nikhil. You get rid of what's the name? I get Jaden though. Keep
Yeah,
going. Nas
yeah.
Reed.
No, Tim, no Nas slander. Nas got a bag. Nas got a bag, bro.
Man,
Nas got a
Nas Reed not
bag.
here from three. I can't find them. But look though,
Bro.
my thing is this: if I'm one of these young stars, man, like look at the NBA Finals right now. What's similar to these two teams?
They got a lot
Young
of young
talent.
Got a
guys.
young talent,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Homegrown. I mean, not the
Home-
Pacers. They traded for Tyrese and they traded for Pascal. But look at OKC though. OKC is literally homegrown. They traded for SGA when he was a nobody, basically. And
Mhm.
everybody else is homegrown. You know, so the Timberwolves are kind of homegrown also outside of Julius Randle.
Yeah.
And I mean, I gotta look at this. Oh, here we go. Rudy, like you said, Rudy Gobert, Dante DiVincenzo, Rob Dillingham, in the 17th pick for this year's draft.
Bro, that's
Oh
not
yeah,
a
oh yeah,
bad
do that, bro.
package.
Do that,
Come
bro.
on, bro.
Do it, bro.
Come on, bro. What? What?
But
Come
to
on, bruh.
piggyback what Joe said, Wemby and Ant are mega fans of Durant.
Facts.
And to keep them happy, you get a chance to play with Durant, bro. These teams are trying to do whatever to keep them happy at this point. So I get it to an extent.
Facts.
But like, man,
You know what's crazy? I want to say
You right
this
there. They
real
are
quick.
fans.
I want to say this real quick. You know what's crazy? You know what crossed my mind the other day in regards to KD and Anthony Edwards? So from what I'm hearing, he's been nicking a lot of the trade requests from the Timberwolves. Like he's a big part of the reason why the Suns haven't accepted a trade request from the Timberwolves. He's been like, nah, I don't want to go there. I think there's a side of him. I think the city and all of that plays a part. He wants to play in somewhere that's in a warm weather spot. I also think there's a side of him that feel like he want Ant to be on his own in a way. Like he want Ant to, like, I don't want you to be attached to me. I want you to create your own lane, be your own guy, because we know that like KD go to a team like that's KD. You know what I mean? They're gonna forever associate you with KD, especially if you win a championship. Aside of me, like I said, feel like he like I want you to do your own thing. I want you to create your own lane. I want you to be Ant in Minnesota, and I think that's a part of the reason why he don't want to go to Minnesota.
Bro, we gonna get a game 7. They over at 15.
I was just gonna say this looking crazy so far.
Or this could be reverse psychology. Think about it. If KD wants to go to Minnesota and they win, they went to the Western Conference Finals and he went to Minnesota. The Suns, they get to the finals and he go with the Suns. Come on. So he's saying like, I don't want to go.
Right.
So when he go there, he gonna buy. Hey, listen, y'all can't say I never said I want to go here. And if he win the ring, he gonna get all this credit.
That would be crazy.
Probably reverse psychology.
If he really playing a role like that, that would be crazy.
And then they say you see Ant put on the story like, why he don't want me, man? The little Will Smith thing.
I didn't see that. I did not see that.
Yeah, he put on there like he said, why? It's like 2-3 days ago. Like, why he don't want me, man? The little Will Smith thing. So they may be doing some things, bro. They doing something, bro.
Maybe
because they mess with each other heavy. They mess with each other heavy.
Facts.
Ooh, that was tough.
Before we let you go, man, we gotta talk a little bit more of this